What is going on, everybody? Welcome on another Wednesday night. We are here once again with what's new in Kaiju, and I am joined yet again with the man, the myth, the legend, Leslie Chambers. How we doing, man?
I am doing great. Doing great. Once again, it's Wednesday. Looking forward to Wednesdays. Get to hang out with one of my best buds of all time. But I have to ask, which bud am I talking to? Because I got to plug what they did last night on Kaiju Live with this awesome dude and Alejandro, the great Alejandro.
Evandro.
Evandro, man, I just killed that dude. I'm so sorry. Don't kill me when you see me in person one day. But one thing I love about AJ is like when he's passionate about something and he gets on a rant, he keeps going and going and makes for must-see television. So please check out their stream from last night.
Just don't bring up AI. We'll be fine.
That's the thing. I am glad that I have no AI ties, no political ties, no Trump ties, or any ties to the upcoming alleged merger with Paramount and Warner Brothers Studios, because my friends, AJ did a rant that was so awesome. But also on a serious note, it really made me want to learn more about the situation, because I've not really been into the merger thing with Paramount and Warner Brothers and the whole slippery slope of AI technology. You know how in the right hands it could be a good thing, but in the wrong hands it could be something terrifying. But
Obey.
AJ and Evandro touched on that a little bit. And honestly, you know what? I want to see you and Evandro do a long-term discussion about that. I know y'all kind of alluded to that last night, but if y'all could do another show where you talk about more about the pros and the cons, I guess more so cons, with this AI stuff and everything going on with that, I would like to see that. So
yeah,
that
man,
was a really fun show to see.
Well, I'm glad you had fun because, like I said multiple times last night, I don't think anything good comes from it. But we'll find out. But tonight, and thank you so much for the shameless plug for the square table. Thank you so much. But tonight,
trust me, I was driving today, and trust me, I had a long drive today. But you made those 8 hours a lot more bearable thanks to your rants. So I enjoyed it. So thank you.
Well, I got some stuff I'm passionate about tonight. We got a bunch of new stuff. Pretty much just dropped over the last couple days. We're covering it all. We got SH MonsterArts X-Plus. Ichiban literally just dropped some brand new stuff. I got it loaded. We'll talk about it. And then obviously the Monsterverse, ladies and gentlemen, episode 1 of season 2 just aired, and we will go over the sneak peek for episode 2. But we'll break that down towards the end of the show. So, let's get this party started, shall we?
Absolutely.
Let's see if the buttons work, even though they worked just before. Now that we're live, let's see. Oh my God, it worked! All right, up first we have yeah. Up first we got the G75 SH MonsterArts. Now I wonder, I'm trying to find it. Is this also sculpted by Sakai? It has to be. Most of all of the SH MonsterArts line are done by Sakai. And this sculpt,
for sure, but more likely, yes. More likely that's true.
I'm gonna check out our good friend casualbattle.net. But I know you're not big into the articulated stuff, but I know you are a huge Showa fan. How you feeling about this?
It just depends. Like I mentioned during our prep. Again, I don't faithfully collect SH MonsterArts. I tried way back in the day, but it just wasn't my thing. So I bowed out gracefully. There were a couple ones that have came out over the years that I did pick up, like the 72. I got it a couple years ago. When I went to Japan, I got the 2000. Sorry, AJ, but that thing is awesome. So there are times where I would dip my toe into that pool just a little bit. And I love Showa Godzilla, and I love the late 70s Showa Godzilla. I mean, I grew up on that Godzilla. So anything that comes out involved in that one, especially with the Megaguirus, 73, 74, 75, regardless of the company, I'm going to go after it. So yeah, I'm definitely going after it. And it's got me intrigued, because if they're doing Godzilla, I hope they do the other red dinosaur that he fought in that movie. So.
Oops, did not mean to do that. Yeah, no, I think they probably will end up doing it for sure. But like, look at this shot right here. Like, now, I'll be honest, we were talking about it, and one of the things that I want to talk about with just G73 through 75 in general, and I'm still trying to confirm if this is a Sakai sculpt. Gonzalo, are you watching? Can you confirm if it's a Sakai sculpt? Why is it so hard, or what is it about the 73 through 75 suit that is so hard to capture the face? It seems like sculpt after sculpt, for whatever reason, it seems to be the only one where there's a lot more misses than there are hits. Whereas pretty much every other suit, pretty much every other suit, I mean, has been locked down by multiple sculptors one way or another. But it just seems like I just can't put my finger on it, what it is. What, you got any idea what it could be? Is it because each one of them is like just little subtle changes? I don't know. What do you think?
I think it just depends on the sculptor. But you're right. This Godzilla, for some reason, it's hard to get a solid representation of. I mean, you'll show a picture of it momentarily, but I think the one that captures 75 in particular the best is the Monster Maker 28 30cm model kit of Godzilla 75. Now, the X Plus 25cm, right there, that's perfection in my opinion. The X Plus 25cm 75 Godzilla, I'm sorry, it was garbage. The 30cm, it was a slight improvement, but again, that's not saying much. There was a Billiken model kit, which again is a slight improvement of the 30cm.
I was gonna say the Billiken to me was one of the best, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was about there. But it wasn't all the way there. And of course, there have been Bandai's and stuff like that. But again, those are Bandai's. But as far as like realistic representations, the only one, in my opinion, that has done a great job, at least a perfect representation, collectible wise, is the Monster Maker 28. And this one looks good too, but again, it doesn't. It's like on the Billiken level, where it's almost there, but not quite. But I'm still going to get it regardless, because I know at some point they have to do Titanosaurus, and I'm a huge Titanosaurus fan. For what I understand, this thing is retailed at 13,200 yen, and it just came out for pre-order yesterday on the 3rd, which is $84 US dollars, and it's going to be released in August. Hopefully the terrorists won't put a big stamp on that, but
16 centimeters high, tall, comes with two sets of hands, which is pretty cool. But yeah, and I gotta say, I love the paint app on the eyes. It gives them the red veins in the eyes. Where what 75 had. 75 was definitely the more I've had enough of this shit version of that suit. But yeah, I think honestly, I as much as there's one shot of the sculpt where I'll say like, oh, he does. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I know you can't go wrong with that one's fantastic. The new Showa stuff that SH MonsterArts putting out is pretty damn good.
Again, I bowed out of this series like on a full-time basis a long time ago. But again, I love 72 Godzilla. It's my favorite version of the Shoshin suit, even though I know it's the most worn-down version and dilapidated version. But SH MonsterArts did a fine job with this figure, which is why I got it, and it pairs well with the Toho Maniacs Godzilla Tower. But I have faith. Once we get to 75 in person, it's going to look just as good. Again, it's not all the way perfect because of the face and all that good stuff. But I think once we get it in our hands, it'll be good to go. So, but again, hopefully the terrorists won't make that $84 figure go into the $200 range. Because that was actually the biggest complaint that I've seen with the King Ghidorah 72 that just came out from SH MonsterArts. That some people think that it's not worth like the $350 price tag, that's attached to it now. But
kind of disagree, man. That's a big disagree. Mainly because one, it's not Godzilla, so therefore it's not going to sell as much units. So you're looking at a lower range. We're seeing 30 centimeter figures go for over $400 now out of the gate. So honestly, and that's probably in the 30 centimeter range, even though I believe it's like 25 centimeter scale. But I know it scales well with their like their 91
Guys-
and all that. So that's pretty much in that range, that 23 to 25 centimeters. So I don't know. I don't think you're ever gonna get a good enough bang for your buck Mecha King Ghidorah sculpt than that. Honestly, you can ever find one. I mean, the SH MonsterArts go for $300 on a King Ghidorah. So
that's what I was talking about. Like,
it's like, and that's half the size.
That's what I'm saying. Like the 72 Ghidorah that just came out, right? To go with that 72 Godzilla, $350, if that, maybe more so. But again, I'm a huge King Ghidorah fan, even though that King Ghidorah is not the most beloved. But you know, it is what it is. I'm glad they did all the monsters from the movie: Godzilla, Gigan, Anguirus, and King Ghidorah. So if you're a fan of that movie, you got all representations of it right there from SH MonsterArts.
Yeah, man. And then before, I just want to show off your 2 more of those pictures. You sent a great comparison shot to really show the side by side of the new SH MonsterArts. And then what was this model by? This
Monstermaker 28. Monstermaker 28, 30 centimeter.
Man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, Mr. Niwa, he sculpted it. And as you can see here, again, in my opinion, the Monstermaker 28 captures the suit, at least the head of the suit, perfectly. SH MonsterArts, it's almost there.
I think it's pretty close, man. It's damn good. I still gotta say I wish there was a version of the 75 with the 73 eyes. The 73 eyes needed to stay. I don't know why they got rid of it. Him and those crazy eyes, it needed it.
It's funny. It's like Godzilla increasingly got pissed off as the series went along. He got playful in 73. He got semi-serious in 74. By the time we get to Terra, he's like, man, fuck this shit. I'm done after this anyway, so hey, I'm going out in a pissed off a blaze of glory. So yeah. But I can't wait.
Yeah, dude. This is, and again, I think we probably will get another. I'd imagine we'll probably get another 75 Mechagodzilla release. I would not be surprised by that at all, and I do think Titanosaurus would be next because it seems like that's what SH MonsterArts has been doing lately. Is they're completing lines like you just showed off the Godzilla 72. They basically just completed that with they released the Showa King Ghidorah, Anguirus, and Gigan to basically complete that movie. So I would not be shocked if this is the next movie that they're targeting. And I don't I don't collect the articulated stuff much either. But if they give me an articulated Titanosaurus, that shit will be mine.
Absolutely,
without question.
They've done Hedra a few years ago. They've done Jet Jaguar. They've done Gigan, of course. I don't. Again,
love to see a Megalon.
Line, so
give me the Megalon.
I was going to say that.
Give it to me.
Megalon yet?
No, they are not.
Or have they done King Caesar? Have they done him yet?
No, they really just started jumping into the Showa stuff. For the most part, all the SH MonsterArts stuff was all the High Sai and Millennium. And now, like, finally, after, I mean, I felt like a decade of fans pleading, like, can we please get some Showa stuff? Now it's finally happening in full force. Because again, 72 lines complete. I think Hedorah, the Hedorah release was one of like the first ones into, oh man, they're doing Showa stuff. You had the Gigan Hedorah and the Jet Jaguar. It was like, oh man, they're actually gonna do it, and it definitely looks like it.
They've done Mechagodzilla 2 from 74. I don't think they've done Mechagodzilla 75 yet, but
no, I don't think so either.
But long as Titanosaurus is coming in, that's all I care about. I just want him. I don't care about anybody else. I want him. So yeah.
Now let's go to our next topic here. So this is a figure that both of us have. This is one of the X-Pluses that I will never let go of. This is absolutely one that is a staple in the collection. And this, so if you missed out on this, you will now have the second chance to get it yet again. Pull this up real quick. And it is, go ahead, Leslie, take it away.
The X-Plus favorite sculptors line, Godzilla vs. Ebirah set, From Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster, aka Ebirah Heart of the Deep, aka Godzilla, Ebirah, Mothra, Big Duel in the South Seas, coincidentally celebrating its 60th anniversary this year. So they're re-releasing, or at least reissuing this figure, because it first came out, or this set I should say, it first came out in 2022. So again, to coincide with the anniversary, that's why they're reissuing this. Based off the pictures, I think it's just the same, obviously the same sculpt, but I don't think they're
Yeah.
doing anything different, like in like a darker paint job with the monsters or anything. I think it's just the same thing. It comes on top of this base, has like a little nameplate of the Japanese title of the film that you put at the foot of the base beneath Godzilla's feet. And it is a great, wonderful piece. It is retailed at 49,500 yen, which is $315, and it's scheduled for a May release. Again, Tariffs is going to shoot that thing up, but again, you have another chance to get it. So, in my opinion, this is the best collectible that has come from that movie ever.
Oh
And
yeah,
that
no,
is cool. Yeah,
this is, if there was ever an X Plus to get, and I'm a sucker for, and this is why I kind of got more into statue collectibles recently, was because I just love these diorama sets. So like an action shot like this, and again, this is an absolute standout piece on your shelf, a conversation piece. It's huge because Ebirah is being flung over his shoulder. It's just an absolute show-stopping piece. Let me pull up another shot. Yeah, we're gonna cut to this though. Like it's just incredible. It's an absolute beautiful figure, and then you can see this one like just absolutely crushing it.
Yeah. The only thing I will say, like, if you're a nitpicky person like me sometimes when it comes to your favorite movies, this is semi-accurate because in the movie he actually flips Ebirah by the other claw. But there's like a backstage photograph or a still that didn't make it into the movie. I think it's like a production still that was used to promote the movie, where Godzilla has Ebirah up in midair. He's doing like a military press slam. So it kind of like combines that as well as the flip that we see in the movie. But this technically didn't happen in the movie. He flipped him by the other claw. But it doesn't matter. It still is a great set, and it's a great diorama piece, which, again, when you have a diorama piece that is, dynamic like this, you have to get it. And again, I think Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster is one of the most underrated Godzilla films in the franchise. Coming off the heels of Monster Zero, I kind of understand why people, don't really talk about this film that much, because, on paper, the idea of Godzilla in the previous film going to outer space to fight a three-headed space dragon, in his next movie, he's fighting a giant shrimp and a giant condor. On paper, doesn't really sound all too exciting, but really, in my opinion, is one of the most fun films and highly underrated in the franchise. So this is the best piece for that movie.
And again, I believe this one hit the North American site, so you don't have to try to figure out a way to get this from the Japanese only site. Like I know the Godzilla 98 so far has only been, at least the Rick anyway, has only been through the Japanese website. But that wouldn't be the first time that it's taken a while for it to hit the North American side. I know that happened, I think, with one of the Kong releases where it took a couple months for it to hit the North American side. So Godzilla 98, if you guys are waiting for that, it'll probably come. I can't see it not, but this one right now is on there. If you missed that on the first and you were kicking yourself, absolutely pull the trigger. You will not regret it.
Yeah. And speaking of North American site, it is scheduled to come out in July, and it's $429. So $100 more than you would go for on the Japanese website. But again, with the tariffs, you're probably gonna end up spending that much anyway. Honestly, if not a little bit more.
Yeah.
But either way, you got a couple chances to get this figure, which was named really the best figure from X Plus in the year of 2022. And I can't argue with that. So go for it. If you love the movie, get this set. You will not be disappointed.
The beautiful piece. Yes. More from X Plus. X Plus is just, again, a lot of the stuff that we had covered in previous episodes from Wonderfest are now hitting the pre-order windows, and the official drops are happening now. And this was another one that was shown off.
Yes, this is the X-Plus 30cm Yuji Sakai Godzilla 2003 from Godzilla X Mothra X Megaguirus Tokyo SOS. You know what? I like that title more, even though it's a longer title versus Godzilla Tokyo SOS.
Say that's definitely a longer title.
I'm like this. For those who complain about that title, I mean, considering what the movies that were the movie that came out 2 years before this one had like 10 words in the title. Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant you know what I'm talking about, right? But yeah, this is the newest Yuji Sakai 30cm figure from X-Plus. And it's the 2003 Godzilla. And it is coming out in 3 separate versions. It's coming out with the standard version, a Rick version that has light up dorsal plates, and a G-Store exclusive, which is the sunset version. Because if you remember in the film, when he does make it to Tokyo and Martha finally shows up, the sun is like in the background setting. So that's where that paint scheme comes from.
So this one's the normal, right? This is the normal. And this is the sunset, which, this is the one. That's the one for me. That's the one for even though I'm usually very partial to bluefin light ups, the sunset paint app, I love stuff like that. But I'm sorry.
It's very similar to the FSL -1 that came out late last year. You know, the sunset one for the G Store exclusive. But I like this one also a lot because it looks like the wound on his chest looks a little bit more fleshed out. Now, mind you, X-Plus did do a 2003 30cm figure of Godzilla a long time ago. And it looks good when he's roaring up to the sky a little bit. But the wound kind of looks bland in a way. So I like here, the wound looks like a real flesh wound, you know. And again, it's coming in 3 separate versions like we just said. Let's see. The G-Store exclusive is retailed at 34,100 yen, which is $217 US. The standard is 33,000 yen, which is $210. And the Rick with the light up dorsal fins is 35,000 yen, which is $223. And they're all scheduled for June release in Japan. But the North American Rick site, North American site, excuse me, will have the Rick for $309 come August. So either way, I am looking forward to get this figure. More likely, I'm probably going to wait till G-Fest to grab it because it's coming out in June. So maybe by G-Fest time, somebody will probably already have it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my goal. But I also believe, hopefully at some point, like we mentioned that with the 75 SH MonsterArts, that Titanosaurus will be coming eventually. I hope at some point the 2003 Mothra will come along to go with this Godzilla. Because we got a couple Kiryus from that film. The S-Plus has done already. But they have not done 2003 Mothra yet. We got a GMK Mothra from S-Plus. But we have not gotten, in my opinion, the best looking Mothra ever in the entirety of the franchise, including her trilogy in the Heisei series. I think 2003 Mothra is the best looking Mothra ever. So hopefully that will be coming down the line too to go with this Godzilla. So
you're not wrong. As someone that doesn't even really care for that movie all too much, one thing I can absolutely not have anything bad to say about is the Mothra. Everything about that puppet is absolutely fantastic, from the design to the puppeteering. It just that crushed it for me. And yeah, it is another weird one. I think honestly the only real Mothra Tokyo SOS other than some Bandai figures that I can even recall is the Mondo statue that came out a couple years ago.
It looks great.
And that was
it looks great.
One of their better statues by I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. I got distracted. I was looking at another picture of toys. Hold on a second. I had a moment there. A moment. There was another shot of, where'd it go? Oh yes, look at this, guys, fellas, ladies. It is paint app. Look at this sunset paint app. I hope this hits the U.S. Godzilla store and I will snatch this shit up in a millisecond. Yeah, this one's absolutely, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
I'll tell you what, if I see one at G-Fest, I'll call you and hopefully we can work something out if it's there by then.
All right. Yeah, if it manages to last. Maybe. All right.
Yeah,
Up
yeah.
next. So this just dropped. Now, while I definitely am getting the W Dragon, I'm getting this. Like, to me, this line in general, as someone that is downsizing their collection and has more limited space and can no longer do, or has to be way more mindful about buying gigantics of any type, this line to me is pound for pound the best for your, you're getting the best for your buck. This is it. Because you're getting something that's in that 23 to 25 centimeter range. The sculpts are fantastic. The details are good. The only thing I would say is their paint apps vary drastically. Like, you'll have one guy open up and it looks like it's it looks like it's an X plus, and then another guy opens it up and it's like, what happened? you know, so like
It's
stuff
my
like that.
dogs.
Oh, it's all right. Can never have enough doggos, but yeah, man. And again, I don't think this is a Sakai sculpt, and if it is, it's a brand new one. Which, let's go. I mean, can never have too much Sakai, they say. And of course, it is also going to come out with a bluefin version, or Colgate. I don't know why some of the mouths, that when they give it the toothbrush mouth, it looks a little silly sometimes. This one's very toothbrushy, so I don't know. A little too bluey as for right now. And these are 23 centimeter. But not only are we getting GMK, we are also getting a long lost, almost forgotten about character, Battra, baby. 19 centimeters, probably long, 11 centimeters tall. Again, just a fantastic sculpt. And for the most part, what are your options with Battra? You have like the original 9-inch Bondi Larva. You have the X Plus, and then high grade figures and stuff like that. So this is, and it looks like the horn is translucent here. Based on the picture, it could just be the way the paint dap is and the lighting hitting it. But again, these figures all vary in price between $90 to $150, unless it was like the King Ghidorah. The King Ghidorahs are over $300, but again, they're basically 30 centimeter Mecha King Ghidorah and Ghidorah 91s, which again are not really represented in many figure forms, especially Mecha King Ghidorah. So
that's true.
Good luck getting something like that for any cheaper than, what was it, $350? I think it was. And something that you can get off of like Amazon Prime. Like that's the one awesome thing about the Ichiban line. I mean, this is Big Bad Toy Store. It used to be Kaiju Live, sadly. KaijuLive.shop. We still got some stuff in stock if you want to check it out. But no more new pre-orders. But, this was Big Bad Toy Store. Seismic, I believe, is starting to have all these Seismic toys. A lot of the US guys and stuff like that. And, but again, Amazon Prime, if you really don't want to worry about returns and any of that stuff, I mean, they have it. So it's like, these are readily available, can get. And then not only that, and we've had such a surge. Junior, baby. Junior is coming back full force this year. We have, he's everywhere. And I can't wait to get, like, just like the Godzillasaurus Ichiban was amazing. I can't wait to get this one too. 12 centimeter.
Doing a proper Junior, yeah.
Yeah, and again, sculpted by Sakai. So this is like the baby X Plus line, I feel like. Or this is what,
don't forget,
what X Plus used to be, in a way, like, especially price wise, like, so it's, I love that this line is happening and they're doing more and more. And then if you're a collector of these, which these are, don't sleep on these.
Megaguirus.
Don't sleep on these magnets, man. These magnets are as detailed as they look, and the paint apps are great.
Yeah,
they're awesome, and that's the next set in the magnets.
I love how they do random figures, like, and it's all
it's a mix.
The eras, Yeah, Showa, Heisei, Millennium, like that is so cool. I mean, but even going back to the junior, because don't forget S Plus is making one this year. So now you got another option. If you didn't get your hands on the S Plus, now you got opportunity to get, the Ichiban. And I'm glad again that they're finally doing proper juniors. With all due
Yeah.
respect to the Rebirth, which is the adult junior, a lot of us have been clamoring for the younger junior, the green junior. So I'm glad that they finally are getting around and doing more of him, as well as the 98 Godzilla. Like a lot of these obscure monsters that we've been asking for, clamoring for, advocating for, begging for, it seems like they're finally listening and they finally are giving it to us. So that's a great thing to see.
Yeah, man. But there was a time where people just and you're seeing it right now with X Plus collectors. I think you touched on it last show, where we're not getting, people are starting to get frustrated because a lot of stuff are either reissues and there's really not a lot of new sculpts. But right now they're taking more risks doing more characters than pretty much ever. I mean, again, you can't expect them to keep doing obscure stuff like Gorosaurus. So like the sculpts that came out might be the only ones we ever get, but the fact that we're just getting so many different characters now, especially ones that almost have no representation in any form outside of just a Bandai figure like Junior.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a better shot of the sculpt. And this is from there. Yeah, like I'm a sucker for dynamic poses, and god damn, that's a dynamic pose. That's a dynamic pose, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yes,
I love it.
Yes.
Just a little sway. I just like a little sway in my Godzilla,
Between that one and the W Dragon, again, I'm glad that they're showing love to GMK, because again, it's celebrating its 25th anniversary this year. So I just hope we get more love with the other monsters in the film. I know you don't care for King Ghidorah. We ain't got to go through that rant. But at least Baragon, at least Mothra, I hope they do them at some point. So,
yeah.
Ah,
man, these look good.
I still want the King Ghidorah GMK. I'm a fan, but hey.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm a fan of chicken feet. I can't help it.
There's some better zoomed in shot right here. Like that's some great details on Junior, dude. Like, and the paint app looks good. Again, that's the only thing I'll have a knock on with the Ichiban line is their paint apps definitely vary a lot and can be hit or miss. So but again, the sculpt is still great. So worst case, you get it retouched up, and it will look incredible. It will look exactly like this prototype.
Absolutely.
And then here we got Gumby right here, a little too Colgate for the Juggernaut, baby. Like he just really had to get rid of that taste in his mouth. I really wish we would get more representation of Bandai's really the only one that ever did it. Is the gold glitter, like when he takes on Ghidorah, like the last time, and finally there's all the glitter, like I wish we'd get more of that. The yellow, like that just doesn't. It's almost as if it's like I would love to see a version of this where, he's got all the yellow, his spikes are everything's, it's something just a little different than just the blue. Because again, it's not like it's not something that didn't happen in the movie, but cannot be disappointed with this sculpt at all. Very excited.
Absolutely.
And then here again, just showing off. We got some solos. Here we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get these solo shots. Dude, these sculpts are ridiculous on these things, man. Like, look at that.
I love Megaguirus. Yeah, Megaguirus. I love her.
Even though she got body dropped like a bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
You ain't lying. I'll give you that.
Megalon.
I just wish that, honestly, if Megaguirus had the special effects execution that Mothra had in 2003, I think Megaguirus would be remembered a lot more fondly. It's just that the puppet work in Megaguirus, I love that movie, but even I can admit, like, that was a turnoff. A lot of people like to think that really Megaguirus is a good movie, But once the Queen shows up, it goes down. But once she's gone and she's taken out, the movie goes right back up to being great again. So, which is a shame because she is one of the title monsters.
Yeah, like, oh. All right, I think that pretty much does it for toy news, I believe. There was something I did want to touch upon, but I think we'll save it for maybe towards the tail end as a final round, maybe. I did want to go into one fun little thing before we jump into Monarch episode 1, baby. One fun thing. This is a surprise. This is a little surprise. We didn't talk about this. So in a recent interview, Christian Bale revealed that he loves Godzilla, was able to name pretty much all of the Godzillas from Shin, Monsterverse, the Japanese movies. Oh. And these are things he loves watching. Now, it's coming from Batman, ladies and gentlemen. Batman has said this. Batman has spoken. We need to sign up. He's not my least favorite Batman. He's my least favorite.
You did say that.
My least favorite Bruce. Okay.
No, you didn't say that. I remember. I was there in person. I was like, "Who's your least favorite Batman?" And you said Christian Bale. And I was like, "Really?" And you explained why.
Actually, I think you're right. I think I did say that.
You did say that.
It's because of Rachel. It's because of Rachel. All right. Anyway, he's got me, ladies and gentlemen, got him. But for me, get this man in the Monsterverse immediately. After a comment like that, with the fact that he can name Shin Godzilla at all, I'm in. Just get this man in the Monsterverse and keep him alive, please. Keep him alive. What are your thoughts, Leslie? You want to see Batman?
Absolutely.
Batman in the Monsterverse?
Batman? Yeah, absolutely. But it is nice that, that this well-established actor, is giving some love to the Godzilla series, and, and even those some of the actors that appeared in the Monsterverse, like Samuel L. Jackson, Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, John Goodman, Bryan Cranston,
Oh no, they've had some great stars. The most unfortunate thing about Skull Island is it was a period piece, so you couldn't really reuse any of those people. We're fortunate enough we got John Goodman in the opening of Monarch season 1, but that is probably the worst thing about Skull Island is you can't see those characters anymore. Because, in my opinion, still to this day, Skull Island has the best characters. At least
I was going to say that. They got the best ensemble of talent in terms of characters and actors in all the movies, or at least media, when it comes to the Monsterverse. But my point is that it is, if those people didn't feel like the Monsterverse was worth their time, they wouldn't have done it. But them being a part of it lends it a lot more credibility. Because they didn't have to do the movie, but they did it. And their star power, in my opinion, elevates the Monsterverse. And to hear Christian Bale, who is regarded from a lot of people as the best Batman. Of course, that could be debated. It could be Michael Keaton or Ben Affleck or even Adam West. There's no wrong answer except for George Clooney. But when you got this guy who is arguably in some of the best comic book movies of all time as a title character, say that about Godzilla? Oh yeah, get him in the Monsterverse.
Yep, absolutely. Get him in there. Get him in.
And you know what? He's a method actor. Like, he takes his role seriously. Like, he'll lose weight, he'll gain weight, he'll change his accent. I think he's British. Like, he will go the extra mile to morph himself into the character itself. So it's not like somebody who's going to phone it in. But if he's making that, hey.
He's going to take some experimental DNA shots, turn himself into a lizard. He will become the new suit actor of Godzilla. It could happen, ladies and gentlemen. It could happen.
And remember back in 1983 or 1982, Richard Pryor went on, I think, The Tonight Show, and he talked about how great the last Superman movie was, which was Superman 2. Guess what? He starred as Superman 3. So, same thing could happen with Christian Bale. I'm just saying.
Yeah, could you imagine if they brought back a suit and Christian Bale played Godzilla? I mean,
the greatest actor of all time to play Batman and Godzilla.
Oh my God! Yeah, then I'd have to take it all back. I'd be like, nah, he's.
Oh yeah.
Put him on his own Mount Rushmore by himself, the man.
Yeah. But thanks, Christian Bale. On behalf of every Godzilla fan, we appreciate that, and we loved you in the Dark Knight movies. So. even though your voice was cringe, but still. Spider-Man!
Yeah. I don't know. It's such a shame that I don't want to go on a Batman tangent, but his Batman Begins voice is so good. And then I don't know why they decided to add all this extra like reverb and extra stuff to it in the next two movies. It's just really distracting. If you go back and watch Batman Begins and then The Dark Knight, you're like, what the fuck? What happened? I don't know why they decided to do that. It's very distracting. But whatever that they did that, because that's his voice in Batman Begins is very more like a more rugged Keaton. Like he has that whisper still. You know, Keaton had that great Batman, like that the dark whisper.
Low.
Yeah, like
Very
and
low,
Bale had that a little bit more in the first movie, and then the second and third movie they're just Rachel. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Okay, Rachel.
Now I know why they changed the suit for practical reasons, but I hated that suit in Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. Like I prefer the Batman Begins suit with I don't know. He looked so slim in the Dark Knight. When you said that, you know, when we had this conversation several years ago,
it was like a bobblehead.
I went back and watched the movie. I was like, "You're right. Batman should be bigger. He should not be the size of a crackhead with bat ears." You know, it looked the Batman Begins, but it made him look a little bit.
I will take almost everything about Batman Begins. Now, The Dark Knight is a superior movie, but aesthetically, Batman and Bale's voice and everything give me Batman Begins.
Absolutely.
But all right, now on to the finale. I think.
We'll do a Batman show later on.
I hit the wrong button. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. It's all right. We're there. We're gonna spend a lot more than 5 minutes. I don't know why I have this 5-minute counter. I think we go over it all the time, but it's still fun. It's still very fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're a Godzilla fan and somehow under a rock, last Friday was the premiere of Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2, Episode 1. And I believe the episode was Cause and Effect is the title, I believe.
Yes.
And Leslie, I'm going to let you kick it off, man. What are your thoughts? How did you feel? And let's break it down.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. You know, you get a lot more action in this episode. I'm still tempering my expectations because some people think that we're going to get this throughout the entirety of the run. I don't know, because I'm sure we might get some filler episodes where Kaiju is going to be too far in between, but so far coming out the gate, they came out swinging, you know. Whereas the first season was somewhat of a slow burn, and I actually like that, you know. This season feels like, again, based off this episode, that we're going to get a lot more action. And you know what? I was thinking about this as I was driving today after I was listening to one of AJ's rants. It seems like season 1, since that was more, that's not a slight, but season 1, since it was more Godzilla focused and he was more so the focal point, and like I said, that season was a slow burn. That really mirrors Godzilla 2014, because that movie was a slow burn in a lot of respects when it comes to the kaiju action. This episode of Monarch, with Kong being more of the focus, it kind of mirrors Kong Skull Island, because that movie had a lot more action right out the gate, you know?
Yeah.
So I like that. And I do like the fact that, again, that Kong is going to be more the focus in this season, which he should, because, again, the Monsterverse is standing on two pillars, Godzilla and King Kong. They're on equal status and equal ground, in my opinion, you know? So it was a very, 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 very fun episode. I'm looking forward to see what else they have in store for us. My favorite moment is, without a doubt, the ending of the episode, where everything is just happening all at once. They open the portal. That little pod thing goes into the portal. Kurt Russell climbs into the portal. Meanwhile, Titan X is climbing into the portal. And I love how they would show a little bit of Titan X, but then they would cut away. So you never really get a full view of what the monster looks like. You got bits and pieces, but I love how every now and then, you know, you show Titan X coming through the portal just a little bit. Then they cut back to Kurt Russell in the pod, trying to get back into the portal. Then they show a little bit more Titan X again. Meanwhile, they got one of those scarab things in the pod with Russell, and he's trying to kill the thing, so you got that going on. Then Titan X escapes. Kurt Russell comes back into, the modern world of Skull Island. Then Kong shows up. It's like everything happens all at once. And it's like, because remember, that's the first time Shaw has ever came across Kong. Like, that was a great moment, because he's only seen Godzilla. He has never came across Kong before. So, but again, that look that Kong gives those people when he's chasing Titan X into the water, he looks up at the helicopter, and it's like, again, like, I let you stay here, and you're making my job a lot harder. It's like that look. We've all had that look from Kong, where somebody has made your job harder because they couldn't mind their own goddamn business. We've all been Kong in that moment. But yeah, I love
dude,
the episode, and I can't wait for Friday.
Yeah, man. And we're gonna show the sneak peek after we get done talking about it to lead right into it. But yeah, this episode. I mean, to talk about coming in out of the gate swinging, while it did have a couple beats that I just didn't really care for, 90% of the episode was incredible. Monster action nonstop out of the gate. From the opening, showing all the, showing the Ion Dragon and the Godzilla fight, and then just the whole lore of Titan X. Well, not all the lore, but a good amount. The Monsterverse Chakras, essentially. All the Chakras Titan X critters running around, or Destroyer crabs, whatever homage you want to go with. To me, it's more of a Chakras. And then, I mean, let's talk about homages. The Easter egg of the day. Who the hell ever thought Pulgasari was going to be name dropped in a Monsterverse show? I was like, no fucking way. I was like, what? Did they just bring a Pulgasari? That's crazy. That was a treat for any Kaiju fan. And if, correct me if I'm wrong, if my history is wrong here, but Pulgasari is basically where the Korean president kidnapped the Godzilla director, and then forced him to make a
monster movie.
Yeah. So, just a wow Easter egg. It's a true story. Look it up. We should do a deep dive on that. That would be just crazy, honestly, to really dive into that entire situation. Could you imagine? Hey, man, I made this hit movie Godzilla. Now I'm being kidnapped by the Korean. Yeah. Like, what? The dictators kidnapped me to make a monster movie, and we're gonna call it Pulgasari. It's just you can't make this stuff up, man.
You can't make this stuff up.
Let me go into the things that I loved. The action was great. Kong is always my favorite, and the number one thing to me that I absolutely loved is just being back on Skull Island, seeing all of the monsters again, and then oh man, they brought the Vulture with the electric mouth. He's from the comics. They brought that into live action. That's really cool. Just little subtle things like that. Them running into Kong, and even though they didn't use practical effects, they used a lot of those old Kong practical effects, kind of like the one in this poster right here with like a big zoom in on the hand. Like it was just a lot of those old school composite shots that reminded me. And even though it's CGI, or when the hand comes down and almost kills Kate, and it's like those type of shots I was really, really digging. And then you can't miss with any of the flashbacks stuff with Keiko and Shaw and oh my god, Keiko, Shaw, and Randa. You just can't. Like, all of those scenes are gold. I was completely sucked in. The only thing that I really, they just can't get out of their way with, the actress that plays Kate is such an incredible actress, and I just feel like they ain't giving her shit to work with.
Really?
Yeah, like I hope they get past the whole, like, I still have daddy issues, this, that. Like, that was season 1. I just want to get past that. Just get more into the Titans, get more into the Monarch and all that. I do think killing off the deputy was great. Even though it was an homage to King of the Monsters, blink and you missed it. With Ghidra eating.
I couldn't stand her nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. So this was like, all right, they killed off a character that whatever, no big deal. But at the same time, that kind of opens it up for Keiko or Shaw to retake that role, both of them, to become Monarch again. But now, this is probably my big... We
could see Serizawa pop up.
That's where I'm kind of very curious, because obviously this takes place after 14 and Serizawa is part of Monarch. But this version of Monarch just doesn't really feel like anything like the Monarch that Serizawa was really a part of. Now, it could just be...
That's true.
That Serizawa was kind of more acting on his own, and like kind of had his own squad. And because, he seems like he was way more of the ilk of like Keiko and Shaw, where they care about this stuff. And especially Rhonda, like they care. This isn't just we want to create weapons or anything like that. Like they want to know about these creatures and how we can coexist with them. Yes. So I do want to see how that will line up, because this Monarch still feels very not by the book.
Kind of shady.
Yeah, like they're just they're kind of just doing their own thing a little bit. But I want to see if that starts to dip. What are you gonna say?
Also, don't forget Apex is there too. It's like, so what's going on with that situation? Like, are they partners or they're...
Well, I think they were just... Yeah, I think they were just working together specifically because they were trying to save Kate. I don't even think they cared about Shaw. It was more about he wanted to save his daughter. So I think that was... Well, it wasn't just Kate. It was also the other female lead. Yes. Like they, so they wanted to... Because obviously the Apex deputy or director still wants her to be a part of it. And I'm going to assume when she eventually accepts that job is when we're going to get Mechagodzilla. She's going to be the catalyst to what brings Mechagodzilla to be. So how long she stays a part of the squad of Monarch, I just don't know. But honestly, just kind of speed that up. Get up. Get down with that. But the reveal of Titan X I thought was fantastic. Although I do have to say the pod, the Chakras in the pod was a little ridiculous. Like, how did that big ass thing get in there and he didn't notice at any point in time? Especially when they just show a shot of him fighting the only one that was trying to get in while he was shutting the door. I'm just saying, that's one of those, that's one of the movie magic. Just fucking believe it because we're putting it on screen.
Yeah. You know what? Had he not just stood there with the pod open while he's in there, halfway in there sightseeing, versus like what any normal human being would do, you see all those things running after you. You got a chance to get into it, an enclosure, you're going to close it. You're not going to stand out there for more than like a minute to find out what's going on, knowing that that pod has windows. You could just go in there, shut the pod, then you can see what's going on. But he did it to himself. He allowed that thing to go in there and
it's fucking Kurt Russell, though, man.
Many alien moments, but I know it's Kurt Russell, but ask King Kong, was it worth it bringing him back, considering what happened after the fact? I guarantee you, Kong like, no, he ain't worth all that. Now I gotta deal with this piece of shit because of y'all. Damn y'all. and now Kong's thinking like, and more likely Godzilla's gonna show up. Now I gotta deal with his ass. Like, I want to just sleep.
And then the other cool thing that I really liked, like how like you said, that one scene of like everything kind of happening at once was just the finale. The third act of it was just great, with Shaw coming out, Titan X coming out, Kong going, what the, and then I was actually very surprised to see Kong chasing after Titan X in the water. I thought for sure Kong would not even dare to try to get in the water with that thing, but he gave no fucks. he went chest deep and was like, all right, you fucking bitch, run away. And then looks up at the helicopter like, what the fuck did you guys do? That was my favorite shot. He just looks up like, what the fuck? Oh.
He just roared. He's like, why?
Yeah, it's like, but what's interesting too is like he clearly knows what that is, because that's like some of these things I guess some of the chakras must have leaked through when they brought Kate and stuff back, and that's what got Kong all pissed because they pointed that out. So it's like he clearly knows what that is. So maybe there's a little bit of a history there, and maybe they somehow figured out, somehow they trapped Titan X. I'm gonna take a guess that Keiko and Shaw are the ones that trap Titan X in the Axis Monday as we go back and forth through the time periods.
Or maybe Kong doesn't know what Titan X is. Maybe they don't have prior history. All he knows is this thing should not be on my island, and I got.
Yeah, that's very true. He's like, yo, what is this? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, because Skull Island to Kong is what the rest of the world is to Godzilla. That's his turf, and he has to protect it. So no matter what it is, if you're not supposed to be here, I got to take care of it. And again, like you said, he runs into the water, but out of self-preservation, because Kong can't survive in the water. But he took it upon himself to try and deal with the situation. But again, the fact that you don't get a good look at it, but you get enough where, in my opinion, this thing, I don't know what the thing fully looks like, but it already trumps the behemoth. It's like my favorite original Monsterverse creature design.
Oh yeah,
that thing looks awesome.
I love everything about it. The way it moves, like they knocked this one out of the park. Like it's not even comparison between this and like the Ion Dragon from season 1. This is not even even close. Not even close.
I need a figure right now.
Yeah,
I need a figure.
Yeah, like right now, all we know is Playmates is making one. That's it. That's all we got. But give me no. I think Haya, because Haya probably has some of the best articulation of any of the figures, especially Tails. So with all the tentacles or whatever you want to call it, I think Haya, if they do one, would be an absolute crush. Would absolutely crush it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I loved it.
So we talked about the stuff that we love. What didn't you love? If there was one thing from this episode that you just wish either wasn't there, what would it be?
This thing, I've seen this episode 3 times already, and
same.
and to me, I mean, I think what we talked about this morning, we had our conversation. I just wish the dad would have been a lot more forthcoming as to why he had 2 lives. Him just giving just that blanket statement, because clearly the girl wants to know. Obviously, by the son staying behind, when they all went to Access Monday, during that time, they were together for 2 years, topside. So clearly the son got to learn why he did what he did, but the daughter never got that. So I just wish that he would have, been more forthcoming. But at the same time, she does ask at a time where they're trying to bring a guy back from the underworld on an island filled with monsters. Like, can we have this conversation where we're in a safe place? So the timing wasn't right to have a serious conversation like that. But I do understand why she wants answers, because I think anybody would in that situation. But hopefully we'll get an answer as to, I mean, he just gave a blanket statement, but maybe we'll understand why he did what he did. Because again, Kate, she's okay, but at the end of the day, she's very, very flawed. Like in season 1, we find out she was cheating on her girlfriend. She definitely treats her mama like shit, which I didn't appreciate. Maybe that's all because of her issues with her dad. Hopefully all that gets resolved at some point.
She's just not a great character. And I don't want to say that, because again, I think the actress is an incredible actress. I just think she's not getting a lot to work with. And he does give that basic explanation of like, one was basically my work wife, and then you were my non-work wife. Like, yeah. But again, it's more, and it's just, I made a mistake. It's like, dude, you kept this thing going for like, how old is she? She's like Probably, you know, I don't know the actual age, but she's probably close to late 20s, early 30s. So you kept that shit up for quite a fucking long time. Quite a long
To have
time.
a whole family on the opposite side of the world. Not to mention you were working for this secret organization where you were basically going all over the world. Like I mentioned jokingly earlier in our conversation, like that dude, I thought I was busy with what I do for a living. That dude was mad busy between having 2 families, working for Monarch. Like, I don't think sleep was an option for this dude, but you know.
Chris just brought it up in the chat. Did you see Shogun? Because she's phenomenal in Shogun.
I haven't seen Shogun, but I know she's a part of it.
I highly recommend. Fantastic show. So my biggest, I will say they definitely improved upon the main protagonists from the modern time in the show. It definitely wasn't as it definitely took a step in the right direction. It still just does not, the flashback stuff is still superior, and hopefully that starts to even out a little bit more, because now we have Shaw and Keiko in the picture in the modern times finally together. So I'm excited, man. I think this show has that was one hell of a way to come out, especially, you know, I touched on it before. A lot of people, the biggest complaint that you would hear is there's not enough monster action. Well, honestly, I feel like this episode had more monster action in it than half of last season. So and nothing even fought each other. That's the crazy thing. Nothing actually fought yet. So I think we're in for some treats, because we still obviously have to, the shot right here, Kong clearly has to punch this boy in the face, or I'm sorry, this girl in the face. Same thing with Godzilla. So there's
Godzilla's still coming, so you know
he hasn't even showed up yet.
So he hasn't showed up yet. So but yeah, I am definitely looking forward to it. But I will say that whereas the last season, like you said, I was actually more fascinated with the flashback footage with Keiko and Shaw when he was younger. I was actually more fascinated with that part of the show.
Same.
Actually, in this season, I was actually more fascinated with the current, because I wanted to see more Skull Island, and you know, because I think
Skull Island is its own character to me. Like Skull Island is its own. Yeah, I'm with you with that. Just being on Skull Island, I felt bumped the show up enormously. And again,
it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place, but it's really dangerous. And I felt like we were robbed of more live action footage of that island. Like Skull Island wasn't enough, and by the time we get to Godzilla vs. Kong, the island is obliterated. It's no more. But I'm glad with these shows they're starting to flesh out what happened in between these movies, and being back on Skull Island again, even though it is in the past. I'm loving it.
Yeah, that's again with the Monsterverse killing things too early and stuff that they shouldn't have. Killing off Skull Island and not making Skull Island the de facto Monsterverse Monster Island. I don't know why they would do that. I just don't know.
I mean, the idea of Godzilla and Kong coexisting on the island, that don't seem
well. But again, it didn't have to. So. Yeah, he didn't have to. Like, it didn't have to be Godzilla's island or anything. I'm just saying, like, a general monster island, like some of the other Titans. Like, there could have been different Titans on that island. I mean, I would love to see Godzilla versus Skullcrawler. I think that would be an awesome fight. In fact, hope I think we are getting some Skullcrawlers, I believe, in this season. Mm-hmm. We better.
Not to mention, there might be other creatures in Axis Monday. You know what I'm saying? Titanets came from Axis Monday. What else is down there that we don't know about, that they have not discovered yet? You know, even Godzilla vs. Kong the New Empire, and when they found that new subterranean realm that was uncharted at that point. There's so many other monsters out there, so many other creatures that they can tap into. So,
yeah, I love the whole Axis Monday thing, although I still don't quite know what the hell it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's this weird, like, in-between, because, like, the Hollow Earth's supposed to be, like, obviously the Hollow Earth, the center of the Earth. Mm-hmm. So where the hell does this exactly sit? Like, is it almost like a pocket dimension? Because that's kind of how it seems like it
That's what I'm thinking it
works.
Is. That's what I'm thinking it is.
Which again, is pretty damn cool. I mean, but we haven't totally got explanation just yet of what it actually is.
And again, like I mentioned to you before, I think this is the best Kong that's ever looked in the Monsterverse. He is not as young as he was in Skull Island, but he's not old man Kong like he is in the current movies.
Oops.
He's like right in that in between. I think he looks the absolute best here on this show. More badass looking, in my opinion. And he ain't got the axe or the other glove yet, but he still looks badass.
Yeah.
Go ahead, fire it
up. And this was shared by Kaiju United over on X. Shout outs to our partners over at Kaiju United, kaijuunited.com, ladies and gentlemen. Get your media from there. So they shared this clip, sneak peek of episode coming out Friday. Here we go.
Renaissance. Okay.
Shockers! That's it. That's all it took. It took a little flare gun. That thing's done. Oh no, it's still alive. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Get in there. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it's just a little baby. Look, a little baby. Actually, that looks more like an actual baby Titan X than that that Chakras that's in the that bar that they were in that's hanging up all over the bar.
Yeah.
That
obviously they're a monster extension of her. Like I mentioned, like the Legion soldiers are the Legion. It's kind of like the same concept in a way.
Oh shit! Oh, she calling out to mama. Baby. Oh, yeah. Baby, yeah. Yeah, you done fucked up now.
What the hell was that?
I gotta say, my man Tippett over here, he got in some shape. He's looking good. Looking real good in this.
I like him better. Like when I first saw him his first season, he got on my last nerve. But more likely, since old girl got killed in the last episode, he may be the one to be the new deputy director of Monarch.
I don't know. I think he's too much of a fangirl of Keiko and Shaw. I don't think he'll give that. I think he'll absolutely just be like, yeah, it's you. You're in there.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, we got the 180.
Hey, team. I think we might have pissed it off.
Hell yeah, Friday night. Let's go. Oh, can't wait. Cannot wait. But man, this show is headed in the right direction. Just having a monster that's this captivating out of the gate, that's not Godzilla and Kong. That's what I think is really just has me excited about this season. Is Titan X is just awesome from design to the little lore that we've gotten. Like, I want to find out and know everything I possibly can about this monster. And I can't wait to see them battle it out. But yeah, this is, it's nice to just want to have a show where it's not like I just want to see Godzilla, I just want to see Kong. You know what I mean? Like this show is. So if you had to rate episode 1 out of 10, what do you got?
9. 10 would be.
No,
again, it's not perfect.
Yeah,
so,
no.
But for me, like 9. Like, for me to watch something 3 times in a row, like, I don't have much time to begin with, but for me to set aside time to watch something 3 times in a row, this, I can't say the same for the first season. There was not one episode that I watched 3 times in a row. Like, once I was done with the episode, it was fine. And again, that's not a slight. I enjoy season 1, again, slow burn. I actually like that. But I like the change of pace with this season, where it's getting more balls to the wall, because you get more variety. Because I think if this season was more of a slow burn, it'd be kind of harder to latch on to it. But right out the gate, I'm loving it, and I can't wait till the next episode.
I'm going to agree with you, man. I'm going to give it a solid 9. I thought that was, honestly, I don't really think you could have started the season any stronger than that. You know, a couple of tweaks here and there, maybe a little bit tighter on the writing. Maybe make the deputy's death a little bit more emotional. Didn't really have too much weight, but again, she really wasn't a character that was propped up enough in season 1 for you to have that, like, oh no, she's gone. It was more like, oh, good, more screen time for the other people. Chris has a good question. Any guesses on Titan X's powers? Because it's been very vague on what she can actually do. Like, will she have any kind of beam? Like, will the Biollante rumors come to roast and she has acid spit or something like that? And then I definitely, like, she definitely has the call. Everyone keeps saying she has a mimic call and her call is very much like Mothra. I can definitely hear the Mothra roar in there, but I don't know if that's what she's actually doing. Like, does she mimic other Titans? Because that could be that's how she might be able to get Godzilla to come. She starts mimicking fucking crazy shit. I don't know. Or the fact that she sounds like Mothra. Like, he might be like, yo, what? Where's my girl at? Like, wait, you ain't Mothra. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's true.
Talk about getting catfished. Woo! Monsterverse style, baby.
Powers, I mean, what we know so far, like, it's a creature that's like Godzilla. It can survive on land and it can survive in the water, like Godzilla. It seems like it has a bond with those scarab creatures. Kind of like, again.
Well, yeah, that baby just released one hell of a battle cry there to get.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Big Mama has something very similar. Now, whether or not she can use it as an attack or not, I don't know. But
it could be, again, it could be like a Legion thing. It could be a Legion thing where maybe she controls the scarabs. Like, maybe a situation where if she's fighting Kong and Godzilla, she'll use the scarabs to take out the other monster while she's dealing with the other one, kind of like that, you know. Because we've seen Godzilla fight, you know, multiple smaller monsters before, like we've seen the Megaguirus and you know, and those scarabs seem like they're really dangerous and they got a lot of teeth, and we don't know really how many there are, really.
Yeah, exactly.
That made it through that portal.
We might have
be a million of them. Imagine a million of them climbing Kong. He's like,
yeah, I'm getting Gamera 2 Legion vibes. That's what I'm kind of picturing, like where it's just like, yeah, there's just too many.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's as for, I'm gonna go out and say that her power has something to do with the illuminating spines that she has, because we've seen them be blue and we've seen them be pink. Now, what they actually do, or what that, like, for whatever reason why they change, I think is connected to whatever kind of power she is about to give out. I just don't know what it will be. I hope it's not acid spit, because god damn it, the Biollante people will never let that go. But it could be fun. And that's also what's really cool, is you still don't even know what she's capable of, and she's this captivating of a monster, which is just great.
We still don't know what it looks like just yet. We don't know what it looks like just
yet. Yeah, you can kind of put it together. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't have a full unobstructed view of the entire of the monster just yet. So it's still a little bit of mystery there, and I like that. And you know what? I like it if they string it along just a little bit, like build up to it. You know, like you got to show what she really looks like in the next episode. I'm like, hey, build up to it, because we know that she's going to fight Kong and Godzilla. Like I mentioned a couple weeks ago, I don't think it's going to be a team up between Kong and Godzilla. I think she's going to fight one and then end up running into the other one. So either way, I'm hooked. Yeah, like, she's up there with Ghidorah for me. It's like one of my favorite Monsterverse villains. You know, so
that's high praise, and we haven't even seen her do anything yet. You know what I mean? Like that's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And I
she's
wonder
a
if
lot better than Star King and Shimo. She's a lot better than them.
Man, Shimo needed more. She needed to be more. Yeah, we needed more from Shimo. Yeah, but one of the things that I wonder, because they have to still be relatively close, or maybe they're not relatively close to Skull Island anymore, because it seemed like, you know, she was definitely about to almost get to land where she was at before she turned around. So maybe they're far away enough, maybe a day or so has passed, that they're not near Skull Island anymore. But I was thinking if they still kind of are, because Godzilla's not going to venture over there, I wonder if they're working on a prototype of the call that they used in Godzilla vs. Kong, like Apex, because Apex is involved. I wonder if that's how they lure Godzilla to fight this thing, because they have that, whatever that call it was putting out. That's, why Godzilla was so fucking pissed off on Godzilla vs. Kong, because they kept trying to draw him out with that. I wonder if we might see a prototype of that. Chris, maybe she will throw shit like Hedorah. Yeah, man, she's got like 8 arms, so that's a lot of shit flying at you.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
So it's funny. Last week was the 8-year anniversary of like the Facebook page in the group, and then yesterday was the 7-year anniversary of the YouTube channel. I got the notification on YouTube, which is cool. This channel's been around for 7 years now, and there's been some hiatuses. Like I know it took about like a year and a half off, and then we've slowly started building back, and now we're kind of in full force. We got a couple new shows coming in 2 weeks. Me and my cousin Chris are starting. We're a baseball fan. We're doing a baseball podcast about the Mets and the Yankees. I'm a Yankee fan. He's a Met fan.
Oh, okay.
But one of the also things that we finally did is we started a Patreon, and I want to, and to my surprise, we actually had some people sign up, which is freaking awesome. And I want to give a massive shout out, because one of the perks that I wanted to do, I want to thank you all so much. And I hope that this screen continues to build and build and build. Leslie, I noticed your name's not on there. And then Chris, I see you in the chat, Square Table Chris. Where are your boys? I don't see your boys on here either, from the LLP show that's tomorrow night 8:30. I don't see them on there, but I want to say thank you all so much. Again, the link is there. $5 a month to help us keep this show going. Weather equipment, we got a lot of good stuff planned, and just supporting the channel. And we're actually very close to getting, probably by the end of this month, we will have be able to do some fun stuff with YouTube. We'll finally have access again to like the super chats and some fun membership stuff. So have some stuff planned. And again, I cannot thank you all so much for this wacky auction show that has been going on for 7 years with me and my dad. You guys all made it just this incredible thing that is still going on, and now it's evolving into more than that. And I really can't thank you all enough. And just to see some of the people that showed up on this list and supported when we put it out, thank you so much. And again, if you want to be a producer, and hopefully, I'm going to keep filling up this screen until it's full, and then maybe we'll have 2 pages. Ooh, you want to plug next show? Next week's show?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Next week we're going to have a very, very special guest. Very, very special guest, excuse me. MyKaiju.com, our great friend. I call him the professor in our community, the one and the only John Ruffin, because next week is the 15th anniversary of the 311 disaster. The earthquake and the tsunami that happened in Japan, which led to the Fukushima disaster. All the events that inspired Shin Godzilla. We're going to have John Ruffin here to tell us his story and his experience and his ties to that incident, as well as Shin Godzilla, because he was there in Japan when all that stuff went down. So to commemorate that anniversary, and it might become an uncomfortable conversation, because that was really a tragic disaster where a lot of people died. So hopefully through his commentary, it will enlighten y'all about what really happened over there. And hopefully, if you're one of those fans that don't really care for Shin Godzilla, maybe this might help you come around on that just a little bit, in honor of that film's 10-year anniversary this year. So that will be going down next week on What's New in Kaiju. In addition to us talking about what happened with Monarch this coming Friday, but the meat and potatoes of the episode will be John Ruffin and his ties to 311 and Shin Godzilla, and we hope to see you there.
So all the creatures this is again just from episode 1. We had Titan X, we had Kong, that one with the electric mouth, that's called the Psycho Vulture. What a name. We had Leaf Wing, which I believe is the thing that it killed. The Brabble Boar,
Scarabs, right?
yeah, the Brabble Boar, which was from season 1. The Scarab, which are the Titan X minis. The Mantle Claw, which you saw at the very, like the giant crabs that were looking down at them on the horizon. That was cool. And then my favorite thing that I really liked was the Vine Rat. The Vine Rat was that like Jurassic Park-esque scene when they they get the generators on and then he's in there. I was like, oh, this is cool. Because you're facing, and that's what I love about Skull Island is you're facing the monsters on every different level. It's not just some gigantic beast that can step on you. It's also something that's very much your size that can tear you apart and be just as terrifying.
And will come out of nowhere. You don't know where they are.
Yeah, the little Jurassic Park vibes in there were great. But yeah, next week's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to have John on, man, and listen to him, talk about Shin Godzilla. I think it's gonna be a great episode. And again, Wednesday, 9 p.m. What's new on Kaiju? And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And as always, I think I just botched my own thing. I just botched it. Hold on. We'll reset. I want to cut that out. We're gonna cut that out in the edit in the post. Oh, man. And as always, like and subscribe, and be on the lookout for more content from Kaiju Live. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.